What is going on YouTube? It's Default Bandaid, and in this video we are going to be doing the challenge for the Steward Green Lantern. We only have about 55 minutes left, so less than an hour. So I've already finished most of these, but I'm just gonna kind of do a speed run for this, so you can get an idea of what the first, the challenge difficulty standard is like, I guess. So let's just start off. So I'm going to be going through these guys pretty quick because my characters were all leveled up pretty high. Now, one tip I can give you is if an enemy is ever doing a power attack in Injustice, that's a good time to use your special. I prefer to use the first special because, well, most of my characters are already kind of overpowered, so I don't really need to use the second special, especially for these levels, but I just figured I'd show you guys a tip in this video while I show you guys a little bit of gameplay. So, and as you just saw there, I attacked him right in the middle of his power attack, so that is possible too. You just have to time it really well. And as you can see, you get quite a bit of money playing these. I'm going to get a bronze booster pack and Sinestro. I don't really like that card, but it's alright. Let's do this one, since I have the most left for this. And we'll use Nightwing, and only requirement is Nightwing has to be on my team, so let's get Martian Manhunter. He's one of my favorite characters for a couple of reasons. He has like a really high amount of health, but he doesn't really have a whole lot of damage, but that's okay because his active trait makes it so all of his combo enders have a unique effect, which I'll show you right now. Well, after I do my special. So yeah, I just stunned him. And this is, if you can use these in rapid succession, it's even better. Like, I just drained his power. And I just did mental damage, which is pretty much just damage over time. And you can do these like right after another mental damage. This one is Pillar. This isn't going to do any damage. Switch him out. And one thing I can give, a tip I can give you on those action events right there, where it's like one button you have to tap is usually in the center or the right side of your screen, is sometimes it's a little bit better if you treat it like this one right here, where you tap with both fingers, because just sometimes it makes it easier to tap that other one if you tap with the other one too. That's just something I've tried. So I'll show you an example of that again, if I can. So first off, I'm going to use Martian Manhunter. Do some damage over time. Stun him. I'm not really worried about taking damage either, because Martian Manhunter just has a bunch of health. Use Pillar Slam. I'll try to show you an example of attacking with a special attack while they're attacking me, so you can see an example of that. And this isn't going to do any damage, so I'm not going to do anything for that. Now for this, I'll use two fingers. Okay, so I got 165, so let's just compare that to what I get this time. And thankfully Solomon Grundy has quite a bit of health, so I should be able to do it again. But it's just kind of a personal preference type of thing. For some people it helps out, for some people it doesn't. See, for me, it doesn't really help out a whole lot. But you can try that out, it might help you a little bit. But right now I'm just going to try to run through these real quick. I'm actually probably going to change my cards after this fight because it's taking a little too long. It's not like these are especially long fights, it's just... And the two fingers for that is just kind of essential when you're doing those swiping movements. If you use one finger for that and you get 200, I've never really heard of that happening. I've never done that. I don't know why you would do that, but maybe I don't know, maybe if you're disabled and you have one hand. I don't know. But you could just use 2 fingers still on one hand, I guess, if you fall into that category. Or who knows, maybe you don't have hands at all and you want to play Injustice and you have to have something that is voice activated or something. I don't know. I'm just grasping for straws, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna switch that out for like a really OP character. Let's try. Let's just do Sinestro. That's a pretty good one. The reason I like Sinestro for these types of battles is almost every time, if you don't kill a character, they will tag out, and that actually just makes my special attack even more powerful. So, and another big thing you have to worry about with challenges is they'll have this little mission type deal on the top left right before you start it, and it will tell you like what the special conditions are, like if it's regeneration, if it's like if your power is going to generate slower or something. So you really got to think about that. So for instance, if you are doing like a random tag sort of challenge, it might be beneficial for you to have someone like Black Adam or New 52 Nightwing on your team, someone that has active traits that activate when the player tags in. That way there's constantly some sort of active trait. So like let's say that Black Adam tags in, so you have that orb around you, those little orbs. And then I'll just pull them out so you can see real quick. So yeah, Black Adam tags in, and he has that lightning shield that lasts for 3 hits. Nightwing tags in, does 200% basic damage for 3 seconds. I don't know why it says 100 plus. That's, I don't know. I always thought that was annoying. It should just be 200%. Because he does twice as much damage. And if you just look at that real quick and you're just like, oh, he does 100% damage when he tags in? That's kind of pointless. So I'll just show you a quick example of how these guys can be really strong. Yeah, see that? Just tagged in. And then we might even need to switch. That's going to kill her in like 1 hit. Yep. So it shouldn't take too long to get through all these. And there's the last one. And this one's timed, so the only tip I can really give you on the timed ones is have characters with fast basic attacks. You'll notice that some characters have basic attacks much slower than others. For instance, Solomon Grundy has one of the slowest attack animations in the game, so you might not want to use Solomon Grundy on a mission like this. But if you have overpowered characters, it won't really matter, especially on this first stage. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what to expect when you're doing these challenge stages. So I got a bunch of credits, and as you can see, the credits really add up when you're doing this. So I need only bronze or silver characters. So what I'll do for something like this, when I already know I have good characters, is I'll take my 2 worst characters, and then I'll take my best silver character, which right now is Regime Green Lantern. So I'll put him in there, and I won't even have to change that when I do the regime mission. I won't have to change the first character anyway. And this is kind of why he's my favorite character, because I have leveled him up quite a bit. And I can end these fights pretty quickly, especially if I use this. Switch that out. Another thing that this is probably kind of obvious, but if it's a timed fight, try not to let your opponent use power attacks or power attacks too, but special attacks. I mean, you don't want them to be using like their bars of power basically, or those long attacks. So that's why it's important to interrupt them, because you see how long that special lasted right there. That could have been, you could have like a sliver of health on the opponent's team on one character, and then you would end up losing the match and having to recharge all 3 of your characters because you lost the timed match by like 2 seconds. So when you're doing a timed match, that's just some things to consider. And also try to attack in between the power attacks, like I said. And try to know what their power attacks look like. That was a quick attack, but I still managed to squeak out a attack there. And that guy's dead. Now I'm going to get a silver card, I believe. Oh, sweet, and I got Green Lantern. That's like my favorite character. It's silver, so I'm just going to promote him, because why not? Okay, or not. There we go. And now I gotta switch over and get some more regime characters. Let's do Cyborg, and I know that there's a really good regime character in here. Where is it? Here we go, Regime Superman. And this is what I used the first time I went through here. So this is the last battle, and once you do this, you will get the character. Well, I'll get the character. You won't get the character on your account. That would be nice if you did, but. So I'm going to go through here, kill Bane. Again, use that 2-finger thing. Should kill him. Okay, no it didn't. Wow, my attack is really weak, apparently. I believe this is like an uppercut if I do the second one. Yep. So that's what I'm talking about. They did a heavy attack, or they tried to, and you dodge it with the special and attack all at once. So it's like pretty much the best way you can counter. And another thing I can suggest is, especially on the regeneration challenges where the team constantly regenerates health, when you see them on a sliver of health like this, don't be afraid to use one of your special attacks or even your second special attack to finish them off, because there's nothing worse than when you get a character down to just a little sliver of health and then they regenerate all their health. So now I got the Steward Green Lantern, which I'm probably going to use online and pair with, what is it? It's that new Green Lantern. I forgot what it's called, but okay. So yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. I spoke about this in another video. Even if you're really bad and you do absolutely nothing, you can still collect these challenge rewards. As you can see, I literally didn't do a single fight last season, and I just got rewarded for it. So if you just check that every 5 days, you can get a bunch of money doing that. And I'm gonna check my collection, and the team I was probably gonna use online next is this Steward Green Lantern that gives you that energy barrier. And then I was going to use Red Sun Green Lantern, and that energy armor is really helpful because whenever someone's going to use a special attack, you can switch to him, and he'll basically take 1/5 less damage than anyone else would. And then I would use this Rebirth Jessica Cruz, that basically her special attack 2 increases in power for every Green Lantern you have on our team. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. If you like this video at any time and it helped you out, please leave a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. I'll work on making some more Injustice videos. I know it's been a long time since I made one. That's why I wanted to make this one. If you want to see anything special in Injustice, please feel free to comment below. I'm going to be making more Skyrim videos too. You can expect me to upload on probably Tuesdays and Thursdays, because that's pretty much my easy days. I don't really have that much going those days. So, see you, YouTube.